I like it. Oh, yeah. Woo! Oh, I could listen to that on and on.
Thanks,
Do you have a tape of that, by the way? I want to listen, a CD.
No,
something.
you know, we've been asked a couple times at the show if we have a CD. So I'm working right now on figuring out who's going to be on it and who's going to record. I have rotating groups. But we're definitely going to put something together.
Oh, I love that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing takes you out of a funk
right.
like gospel, some good uplifting gospel, like, "Hey, miracle, oh, yeah." I mean, it's just so fabulous.
The thing that's so great about that gig is that the singers that I use are the backup singers for Gladys Knight, Aretha Franklin, Natalie Cole. I mean, these singers who've sung with everybody. But on Sunday, we put our egos aside and we get together and we do this gospel thing, and it's really great.
That's
great,
amazing.
Great singers and musicians and a great band.
And you're in it too, right?
Yeah, I'm not there every Sunday because I travel a lot, but I am, you know, I'm the director of it, and I've got people that have my back, and the band is great, and it's like an all-star gospel brunch, and we don't hit people over the head, but we make them feel good.
It's fabulous. It's you at the House of Blues, and you produce the Blues Brunch.
The gospel brunch.
I'm sorry, the gospel. Right. I love it, by the way. It's so entertaining and so different than anything else out there. I enjoy it so much, and not just the food. I really do enjoy the entertainment, and it's very uplifting. Now, you were in Japan with Sonny Turner.
Yes, I was.
And the Platters, which is, I mean, that's pretty amazing. You guys must stick out like sore thumbs in Japan. I can't see you blending. I mean, not for nothing.
No, we didn't blend in too well. But I've been to Japan a couple of times.
So are you a major superstar over there?
The way they treat you is unbelievable. I mean, every day after the show, we'd come off stage, and I kid you not, the crew would be waiting to break down the set with white gloves on, so that they didn't get fingerprints on the equipment.
Oh, I thought they all trying to be Michael Jackson.
No, they had two white gloves.
Because, you know, they were into Michael Jackson,
I know.
You know.
But no, it was just, you get treated great. They appreciate that vintage music. Sonny Turner is fabulous. He's going to be, I have to say this, he's going to be at the Suncoast October 29th. Which is a Saturday in Vegas, and he's rarely in Vegas, so it's a chance to see him.
And not only that, but he's going to be on our show too.
Oh, all right.
Yes, he doesn't know it yet,
okay.
But yes, I actually did.
Awesome.
Yeah, I did put a request in for him, and you know, whatever Michele LaFong requests, Michele LaFong gets.
All right, girl.
Yes, and if not, you'll make sure to hand deliver him.
I'll bring him in.
Yes, because I'm connected with Sonny Turner. Yes, and the Platters. So I actually did see a clip online. You have a great website, by the way. It's michellejohnson.com, and it's Michelle with 2 L's, unlike mine, where I save on ink. It's Michelle with 1 L. And you also have a company called Diva Las Vegas. And I love your websites on both places. You, with Diva Las Vegas, you produce events.
I do.
And you've been doing this for how long?
Probably, let's see, started in 2000, so over 10 years. And you know what Greg London was talking about earlier, about corporate events? That's what I produce, big corporate events where we have a band and staging and lighting. I pull all that stuff together, and I love it.
Now, wasn't that more what you were depending on for your living?
Yes.
And it's funny because how things change.
Yeah.
I mean, with the recession, like most people, you know, who are artists, they're singers and they produce events. They're suddenly waiters or whatever job they could take, you know, temping or whatever. Not you. What do? You have to turn to singing. I mean, that's how you have to make a living, you poor thing.
Well, I was singing before. I was doing Broadway. I was doing theater. And I was singing. And then the production stuff was so lucrative, and I liked being able to hire a lot of different people and bring all that stuff together, so it was cool. But, you know, one of my main clients was Washington Mutual, and so when the housing bubble burst, bye-bye client, bye-bye money, and I'm like, well, I got to go sing again. But I'm blessed that I could do it, you know. I'm blessed that I can do it.
You know, that's what happened to me back when on Black Monday.
Oh.
You know, I remember Black Monday like nobody's business, because I was huge in the celebrity in New York. I was doing celebrity roasts, like personalized stuff. In fact, the night before Black Monday, I had Don King's birthday, and I was roasting him, and it went fantastic. And you know, too bad the check didn't clear. That's all I got to say. Because after Black Monday, I was lucky to get the tape. You know what I mean? At that point,
I'm just glad I had that in my back pocket and been able to do different genres. Because otherwise, you know, I mean, you just have to make do. I do a bunch of different things. I do websites. I edit people's text, whatever. I'll do it.
I think that's great, and you're good at everything.
I don't know about that.
Well, no, you are. You are. I use you. I mean, you know, I recommend you.
I'm a geek.
Yeah, you're a geek. I think that's fantastic. I love female geeks. I think that's wonderful.
Good.
Yeah, and we're going to talk more with Michele Johnson when we return, and all of her different avenues of making money that her family knows nothing about. So please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Hey, and we are back with more Michele Johnson, and just letting everyone know that this Friday at the Cole Porter Show, to benefit Olive Crest at 8 p.m. at the Ovation Room. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but you know that's so funny, because this is so segmented the way that this was written. But we were talking about it, and it made perfect sense. So I'm going to let Michele Johnson plug this Cole Porter benefit. Did I get any of it right?
You did pretty good.
Okay.
You got a C+.
Let me tell you what I definitely got right. It's for a good cause.
Yes, it is.
And its tickets are only $10, and it's at the Green Valley Ranch in the Ovation Room.
Right.
That much I do know. I totally know what I'm talking about. I just don't know how to say it.
You're a pro.
Yes. So, and we also have a clip. So before you describe where this thing is, can we play the clip?
Sure.
Okay, great. All right, one night and day.
Oh, sing it, Michele.
It's very sultry. See, first you got, I am ready for a miracle, and then it's like night and day.
Oh, what can I say?
Yeah.
Let's do a duet, Michele.
I have your number. I know what's going on. So, listen, Miss Schizo.
Yes.
I love that you could just change it up like that.
You have to. You have to be versatile.
That's great.
But that music, that's by Cole Porter.
Okay.
And I got to put this in here. It's for Olive Crest, which is a great organization that helps disadvantaged kids and families. It's tomorrow, Green Valley Ranch, Ovation Room, 8 o'clock. Tickets are only $10, and it's a star-studded cast, and we're doing the very best of Cole Porter. So if you like jazz and you like cabaret environment, that's what it is. And it's tomorrow night.
Fabulous. Can you name anybody else who's on it?
Yes, Bill Fain.
Wow, I thought I was going to stump you.
Oh, girl,
I really did.
I got my
was
notes.
Like,
I'm ready.
Yeah. Bill Fain is fantastic.
Who everybody knows used to be Clint's musical director. Clint Hall's music director. Now does his own thing, and is great. And Robin Vincent, who is in the cast of Nonsense along with me. She's going to be there. And who else?
Is there anything you're not in? I mean,
yeah,
you just came from a gig at the Gold Coast.
I did, singing
jazz.
How
about leaving some work for other unemployed singers out there? My goodness.
It's not like that.
Ah, my gosh. It's always the same people who, once cream rises to the top, it's amazing that everybody wants to give the gigs to the person who's always working. What's up with that?
Well, you have to. If you're not busy, you will not get called. So
isn't that something?
It's true. I post everything I'm doing on Facebook and Twitter, and I market and I network, and I'm always even when I'm working, I'm looking for another job, because you know what? A job always ends, especially a job in the arts. It always ends. You just got to be go, and go to other people's gigs and support them. That's the key. Because if you're just about yourself, you're not going to work. But if you go and see other people's shows...
How un-showbiz now.
It's true, though.
I mean, I
hate that. Oh, I'll
people?
call you. I'll come to your show. Not. I hate that. If I say I'm coming to your show, I'm coming to your show, and I'm not going to call you for comps. I'm just going to show up.
Now, it's funny because now that you mention it, just off the cuff here, I just happened to see you RSVP to a drag queen show this weekend.
Yes,
Did you go?
Yes. I didn't go.
She didn't go. She didn't go.
No, I didn't go, but I didn't go because
it looked
I got
like
a gig.
such fun.
It was. I'm sure it was.
Okay.
But I got a gig, so I had to work.
Oh, okay.
So I had an
All
excuse.
right. You do have an excuse. Who was it?
Oh, it was like Miss Coco Peru.
Yes.
Fabulous.
She looked fabulous.
Yeah, gorgeous.
I didn't even know.
Gorgeous.
I couldn't even tell it was a guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what? There's so much going on now with cabaret in town and more theater, the Smith Center. I'm so excited. It's changing. We're getting more of that artsy cabaret stuff and more symphony stuff, and it's just good. Good.
Oh, Michele Johnson. Now, you are also an author.
Yes.
Why not? I mean, you might as well be. You have all these degrees, too. And yes, and tell us about this Bible that you rewrote. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. Well, my book is called The Chick Singer Bible.
The Chick Singer Bible. Yes. Tell.
I became a singer. I was studying in New York, and I had graduated from Yale with an English degree, so that was like my backup, which was cool. But I didn't have any guidance in music. And now, all these years later, I see these female singers in particular making these horrible, horrible mistakes.
Like what?
Sleeping with the band. That's a bad one.
Oh, now you tell me?
That's a bad one. I know,
Oh,
Michele.
wait a minute. Is
if
it
you had
only
known
singers
me-
that shouldn't be doing that?
That's one
Oh,
example.
this is wrong.
That's not the only one, but that's one,
I didn't read the rule book.
And not being nice to the sound guy, not knowing your key, what key you sing the song in, not knowing the tempo you want, not knowing how to talk to people, not knowing how to arrange songs or get a music director if you don't. And I hear this from my friends now. They go, Michele, you're easy to work with, and how do you know this stuff? So I decided I got to school these young girls because they're just out there flaky. And
Wow.
I can't stand it.
So don't you think, though, that too much smarts can be a problem, too, in this business?
Well, you do have to finesse your female thing, because if you come off too hard or like a know-it-all, it's a male-dominated industry, and you are going to either intimidate someone or have them think you're a diva. As soon as you walk in, you're a diva. The chick singer thing is you're immediately at -10.
Now, wait a minute. You're saying you're immediately a diva, but I happen to know that you lost a lot of weight and you kind of transformed yourself. You weren't exactly a diva then, but now you're a diva now. And it's funny that now people react to you very differently, and we were talking. I love that subject, by the way, because you have the best stories about how your image is everything, and that's part of your book too, your Bible, and more with Michele Johnson and her Bible of how things are done in show business when we return on Las Vegas Backstage Now. And this is Michele LaFong talking to the fabulous Michele Johnson. And we were telling the truth about Divaville and her Bible telling stories. Actually, she wrote a book that will soon be available on what to do and what not to do. And she calls it?
The Chick Singer Bible.
The Chick Singer Bible. And it really can apply to anyone in show business, any chick. More than a guy, but guys should read it. I think so too, because if they read it, then we would need to have to tell them about.
No, we'd still need the book.
We would still need the book. Oh, so we were talking about you have transformed yourself and your appearance, and people react to you extremely differently now. And one story that really comes to mind was the train story, okay? So why don't you share with us about the train story?
Well, I'm from New York, and I used to live in Brooklyn, and I experienced this. I was back in Brooklyn, and I remember that when I was much, much heavier, and I'm no twig by any means, but I used to be much, much heavier. And I remember I always would be running for the train, and they'd see you coming, and,
the conductor
sees you coming, and they kind of make a decision when they're going to close the door. And the smaller I got, the longer that that weight was. And I remember when I was just hot, smoking hot at one point, I was like a size 6 or 5 or so. I was tiny. And I'm running, and I've got my hair flowing, and, you know, the whole Beyonce thing. And that door, they could have stayed open a day. The guy was just like, come on, honey, I'll hold the train. And I just remember thinking.
And it's the same conductor.
The same guy, the F train, you know, 7th Avenue, Brooklyn. And I just went, you know, really? Like, I'm so frail and vulnerable now. I need you to hold the train. And it just made me realize. And it's the same thing with cabs, too, you know. I mean, if you're decked out a certain way and you're smaller, the cab will pull over. It's ridiculous. And it's true in show business, too, for sure.
Of course it is. Well, you even told me a story about how you went into a club to try to get a job, and the guy didn't recognize you. Well, tell us that one.
Well, this was a club. It's the same club where the Spin Doctors got their start and Joan Osborne's called. I'm going to say it on the air. It's called Mondo Cane. I don't know if it's still there. But this guy, I had been singing blues there. I was like the big blues mama, and I'd been singing there forever. Took a break, lost about 60 pounds, came back from being on the road with this band I was with. And the guy, I walk in with my new flyers, and the guy's like, you need some water? He offered me water. He pulled out my chair, and then he's like, when do you want to start? I didn't even have to play a tape. This was back in the tape days. I didn't have to play a tape. And I just went, it's me. And it's like the recognition.
Yeah, but what you didn't understand is when he said, when do you want to start? He wasn't talking about singing.
Yeah. But the point is that
a job is a job. That's what I say.
Okay. You know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying. And I think that it's very interesting that it wasn't even an issue until you dropped the pounds. You didn't even know what you were missing, basically.
Yeah, but I have to say that the underside of that, and I try to tell people is, you know, okay, so, you know, 50 pounds of fat came off. Trust me, the brain cells that I have were not in the fat. So I'm not dumber now. You know, you can't pull something over on me now, because that's the other side of it, is like you lose weight and all of a sudden you're a bimbo and you probably don't know your key and you probably don't know when the tune starts and you probably don't know how to write a chart. It's like that perception starts too, and that's just not true.
Now, do you find that true with women as well, that women treat you differently and treat you like a bimbo too?
No, but
they just think.
But you're not the plucky.
They just don't care for you.
No, I wouldn't say that. It's just you're not the plucky sidekick anymore. That the fun, and then all the like what I call fat friends. There's no other way to put it. Like fat friends meaning not that they're fat, but that they want to go eat all the time. Like all that.
You're
clique.
Eating buddies.
You're eating buddies. That's and I was a big girl and was eating constantly. Like those people just don't want anything to do with you.
Right, because they think you're full of yourself now.
Right, and they're not using that eating as a crutch. I mean, now I use my music and other things as a way to process whatever I'm going through instead of, you know, carbohydrates.
Right.
And I'm still working on it. I got like 40 pounds to go.
Oh, you do not?
Yes, I do.
Oh, come on now.
I want to be pa-pow.
She wants to be pa-pow.
I want to be devastated.
Yeah, believe me, I'm devastated just listening to this. I mean, just listening to your schedule, the fact that you're working, it's amazing how many gigs that you have. I mean, you do take time to breathe. Well, yeah, you're married. You're married, and you have a personal life, right?
I do. But I love my husband, and he knows that I'm busy. But when I come home, I focus on him. And I have to say, the best thing about being on the road is when I come home, he's always done something. And this time I was gone 3 weeks. When I came home, he had built me a walk-in closet in the house because he had 3 weeks instead of the usual 3 days. So he built me a walk-in closet. So, I mean, hey.
All right, you're really pissing me off. Okay, I've got to tell you the truth. I'm getting aggravated. Not only is she working, but while she's working, her husband is building her a walk-in closet. All right, you're annoying, all right? And I'm sure you're annoying other people, other female listeners, as well as the male listeners out there who remember you when you were a little chunky. Okay. And easy. Okay, because I spread rumors. That's what I do. Michele Johnson was chunky. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it because you are not chunky. You're a chunkette. No, you're just, no. Now you're, what do they say? You are voluptuous. Yeah, and men love that. That's the truth. It's the women that always want to be olive oil, you know? That's us. But so we are running out of time here, but I want to ask you really quick, what's the be-all, end-all for Michele Johnson? In 10 years, where do you see yourself? Come on, girl, quick.
In 10 years, I want to be helping at-risk kids through music therapy. I want to have recorded at least 2 jazz albums, and I want to own a house somewhere on the water on the beach.
Wow. And you actually did that in less than 20 seconds.
I know what I want.
Wow. If you can do it as quick as you say it, there you go. Michele Johnson, you were a delight. Thank you so much.
Love you.
And you're always welcome on Las Vegas Backstage now. You never know what you're going to get here on our show. So please tune in every Thursday. Same time, same place.